In this film we show you how to create a customer with one user and one extension. With extensions it's possible to use phones or soft phones. To create a phone business extension, called PBX, we select the menu item Organizations. In the screen Organizations, we fill the fields as company name and contact name. You can choose your own preferential data. You can choose creating a password automatically, which is sent by email, or you can create an own password. Here we select an automatic generated password. Fill in the fields with the customer's phone, fax number, email address, the post address, postal code, country, region, and select the right time zone. In this example, we did select a customer living in the city Madrid and in the country Spain. Choose the default interface language. The default language is English. Now it's important choosing a charging plan. Without a charging plan, outgoing telephone calls are impossible. Client CPES is the standard charging plan for Spanish customers, without a credit limit for costs of calls. When filled everything correctly, click on OK. In next screen, you create customer rights. These rights are creating extensions, creating users, adding sounds, and distributing phone numbers. In the part Limits section, you indicate how many users a customer is allowed to have, the number of extensions a customer, and how many queues a customer is allowed to have, etc. Here you can personalize the preferred settings. When ready, click on OK. The customer is now created and listed here, below under Organizations. Now we continue to create a user. A user can have more extensions. Before we create a user, we need to make a charging plan in order to calculate the charging phone costs. Without a user charging plan, the user cannot make outgoing phone calls. Click on Add Charging Plan. You can select an own name for the charging plan you wish to create. The shown example name is for a user charging plan level in Spain. You are free to use the same or another format. Switch on the option Extended Local Calls. With this option, this customer is charged for calls made to other customers of the axs2com system. Click on the option Prepaid and select Charging per second. On fees, click on Relative to call costs. For incoming calls, we set call costs to 0. For outgoing calls, we select call cost settings as indicated in the example. With those settings, the user is charged with the same costs as we did set before on customer level. The user has with this setting no supplemental costs. Now we click again on OK. The charging plan is now ready to use. Now, we need to go to a higher level. Click on Up Level. Here we start with creating the user. Fill all fields for the user, as you did before in the customer screen, and when ready, select the charging plan just created. Click on OK. Scroll down to create an extension. As we did not create any limits, we can create all possible extensions selectable. We choose the selection, phone terminal, and label it with a name, which is for displaying in the system. Give the extension number, which exists of 3 digits, for example 001. When completed, click on OK. Now we can add the extension properties as, what kind of on-hold music, displaying of the caller's name with internal calls, the caller's number for public calls from the server, or any other number you selected yourself. You have a possibility for anonymous calls, and a possibility to select or the caller ID is sent to internal calls, as chosen before. With the option Preserve Original Call ID, you select, to send the original calling number will be displayed, when that call is transferred to a portable phone. Select the number of seconds in the option field, hang up when the extensions is not answering. Common is used 60 seconds. Select the number of seconds in the selection field, do not keep calls in parking. Common is used 180 seconds. In the section Calling Features, select Call Waiting Active, if you want more active calls together. You can activate here the non-disturb function, and you can select a sound for when the non-disturb function is active. Other options you can adjust are, conference settings, fax settings, phone recordings, extension security with a passcode, and a secret code whenever you like to virtualize this extension. When all is adjusted and set, click on OK to save. Now we did create a customer, a user and an extension. After viewing this film, you must be able to log on the SIP desk of the axs2com VoIP system, and be able to create easily customers, users, and extensions. Remember, the technicians of axs2com are always ready to help you. Thank you for watching this film.